We also want to delete the app.css as well. We're going to make a, now let's make a new file. Actually, let's remove this app.js as well. Let's clean it up because we just need the div, and that should be good. Now let's make a new file called app.style.js, which is going to hold our styles. So for the styling section, we are going to explain everything in this project, but if you feel you're really strong with styling and it's like repetitive if you do this again, I would recommend you to just skip this section. But if you feel like you want to learn more about styling, then you can watch this section. So if you feel comfortable with skipping this section, then I have included a styles file that you can just copy and paste into your own project. And that way you don't have to go through and style it with me. So right over here we need the style sheet that will hold all the styles that we need for the root container. And to do this, we're just going to do const styles, which is going to be a JSON object. And inside it we're going to have an app property, which will be one of the styles. And this app property we want to give it display flex. And display flex will allow the items inside it to expand. So now for the app.styles.js, I'm going to export it so I can connect it to app.js before I continue on the style. So I'm just going to do export default styles, and then I can import it over here inside app.js. So I can now implement the styles property for the div, and I can do styles dot. So I have already imported it, that it automatically found it from my project. If it doesn't, then you have to import it from, just like I have done over here, just like my VS Code has done for me. And now I can do styles dot app, and now I can basically connect the app style inside this root container and apply it to this div. So I'm just going to apply a nice linear gradient, and then we can see if it's working or not. So let's just do background over here, and I'm going to apply a linear gradient. So inside the string linear gradient, I'm actually going to there's going to be a lot of colors, so I'm just going to include it in a text file, so make sure to get it from a text file. I'm going to paste it right over here. I have included it in a text file, so make sure to get it from the text file and paste it for yourself as well, because it's just a bunch of colors. Now I'm going to open terminal, and I'm going to run this application to see if the background color has changed. Okay, so we have this issue now where we need to add the env file and do preflight skip preflight check. Thing is, you might not have this error, but I believe mainly Mac users will have this error. So if you do have this error, then just make a new .env file, and inside it make this variable to true, just like I have done for the other projects. So now we are loading this project using npm run start, npm start. Module not found. Okay, so thing is, we have to go to our source index file, and we need to remove this import because we have used it before and we have removed it. We have deleted the file. So now that should fix this issue. And if we reload, we are getting it to work. Only thing is now the background is not showing because we haven't given it a height. So we need to give it a height of for example 100 VH, because right now it is applying the background, but it's not the height is 0, so it's not showing anything. But if I give it a height 100 VH, now it's showing. And as you can see, we have this beautiful nice separation between the two background colors. Okay, so now we have this margin all around this gradient. We want to remove that. So the issue is that on index.html we have this body element, and this body tag is automatically applying margin. So we need to remove the margin for this element. So we can just add a new style, and well, not new style, but in the style section of the header, we can just in the head section we can just set body element to have margin 0, and that will remove the margin that exists. If we refresh now, as you can see, there's no more margin. Next, we want to also align the item center. So when we add items inside this app container, we want them to be centered. And so we also have put in display flex in the beginning so that the child elements they can expand as they like. We also want to use justify content center, and that will also center the elements inside it. And Finally, we just need to set the fonts family to Rubik, so that the font is consistent throughout the app.